Good morning, everyone. It's really happy to see some young faces, and I'm sure that you all are well excited about the day and the new venture you are going to start. Um, so far, you all have been winners of one or more contests where more or less of your friends failed or dropped. What have you won so far? O levels? Yes, you passed that. Then A levels? You passed that too. That's how you open the door to grab this rare chance of starting your higher education at a recognized institute. Uh, my dear children, you have been so lucky so far to be here as, let's say, undergraduates, to take the first step to be a part of this great community of technology. Now, I have mentioned three extremely invaluable concerns to consider you as a group of lucky fellows, which are you passed O levels and A levels, which mean to be milestones in student life. You have got the chance to start your higher education, and you are going to be a part of the industry of technology. Extremely invaluable indeed, but the matter of how lucky and successful you are to become will be the result of how much effort and passion you put into this venture you are going to start from today. Higher education is like, let's say, finding a good friend. A good friend will always guide you to the best place as per his knowledge. He will help you to put your thoughts together. He will set your targets and goals on the way. He will assess you and tell you what you are lacking and how to improve, most importantly. Same as the imaginary good friend, the university or any university will guide you, help you, assess you, and push you to become a successful professional of the relevant industry. Does that mean you have entered the university after 2 years of struggle, hundreds of sleepless nights? Still you are not done with these efforts? No, you are not. Now, my dear children, you are about to taste the best part of your youth. You are going to enjoy life, same time you are going to work on becoming the successful person you ever wanted. Here I have made a lot of imagination on becoming successful as a person and achieving whatever you need in life. The baseline is you have to complete this degree with required marks as in credits, and ideally with a good GPA with which get you a class. As an example, I was following a degree with 120 credits, and I ended up with GPA of 3.01 as I remember, which brought me the degree with second class upper division. So that helped me. So you need to see how you are going to catch up this and how you are going to achieve something when you graduate. Today I am going to suggest you to find out a few pieces of data which will help you to set some personal goals. The first one is get to know how much credits you need to cover in this degree and how to get a class. I really appreciate if you make a note on that point. I hope you will have the answers before you get into the bed today. So the baseline is completing the degree, but we all have heard that there are thousands of graduates unemployed and lost with their hopes. That means completing the degree would not do it for you. There should be something else to be successful. So there are basically two factors. You have already achieved one. So first one is getting into the best domain or industry which matches your expectation, which you are already in. Don't worry about it. Technology and telecommunication is so cool. Second one is to create the qualities, skills, knowledge and competency to become a MVP, a most valuable person in the industry. Let's get an example. Let's take me. I ended up with a degree related to IT and software engineering. I got no other options, not much. So I knew I needed to become successful in this whatsoever. So I was doing fine with exams and all, but I knew I needed to develop some skills to become someone special. I needed to become someone special. At that time, I had this cousin, a software engineer, passed out from the Faculty of Engineering, University of Moratuwa, and I met few of his friends too. So I had a good idea of what it is like to be in the industry. Actually, I didn't want to be an ordinary software engineer. I wanted to become someone special, or let's say rare, a crazy young blood, So I was looking for a cool areas in the industry. Then I noticed these UI and UX concepts, where we work on the user experience, aesthetics, usability, and beauty of a product. I felt that magic, like when you see that special girl for the first time. I was like, yeah, this is where I want to end up in. So I tried to find out what it is like, what would be the salaries first of all, what are the companies, and what kind of work I should do, etc. Actually, I had a good read on what I should become, but it was all cluttered pieces of information. To be honest, I had no clear image of the role I am going to play until the first 7 days of my internship. Then I met this cool mentor who just injected me with everything he knew and made me a really useful engineer. Now, I don't want you to keep waiting until you get into the internship or job to find out what role you should play in the company. This is the second piece of data I am going to ask you to collect. Please find out what sort of jobs, opportunities, roles, and companies you can join and work. Don't rush to select one area of work or one job role for yourself yet, but just have a good idea of what are the opportunities waiting for you, and most importantly, companies as well. Now, since you have these roles in your mind, when you study a certain subject, you will remember that the subject or this theory must be applicable for that specific job role. You will feel like these boring theories can be used in a more cool way by certain job roles in actual companies. You will feel that. That feeling is really good. You know why you need to study the subject or the module, and you will feel the enthusiasm of going deeper into that concept or theories. This is the best case to happen for you, but in reality you will forget that I asked to find out the job roles related to you, or you will not understand the connection of the theories you learn and to the job roles you heard. So that's fine, totally fine. Not everyone will follow the good instructions, or not everyone will not everyone will complete the degree itself. But my dear children, please don't miss this valuable chance of being a graduate. I want all of you to complete the degree with classes and work in the best places in the industry. You know what? Your lovely parents want that too, maybe more than that. Now you know you want to complete the degree, and when you do that, you have to collect the knowledge, skills, competency which is required by the job role you need to become. Sounds easier? Yeah, that's not that hard, but in reality this is not gonna happen. Let's see what would stop us going through the path of success. Anything that distracts you from doing above I mentioned will stop you from getting there. First thing might be the unlimited freedom. This can be your space to do your hard work and at the same time to waste your time as well. Obviously your parents and the whole family will give you some space. The university will not treat treat you like kids anymore, because you are at an age and experience level where you should be able to function properly without keeping an eye on. You might get to spend the time as you prefer. You will meet new friends. You will the new friends who might be friendly or might not. You will see a set of all new things which excites you. Generally 10% of students lose their way to success with one or more reasons, as I mentioned above. Let's say one of you got into something and he or she loses the way. When someone else look at that, it would looks like simply stupid. That's how it is going to look to others. People properly understand the circumstances of their current actions in 4-5 years. I would like if you take a note on that specific point. We are going to understand the circumstances of our current actions in 4 or 5 years. Sometimes we will be worried after 4-5 years of whatever we do today, about the decision we take now, the choices we make. Dear children, you have passed very hard segments in your life. The latter part of the teenage years are always critical. So go home today and think of what you got better and what you got wrong in the last 5 years. So you cannot lose track and be the worrying person in 4-5 years. So you got to work for that. That's the risky part of this, but let's act like adults and let's understand our personal goals, expectations of our parents, especially industry requirements, and most importantly our self passions. Let's work on this new venture you are going to start, and let's be successful. So one of you will be delivering the same speech like me after, let's say, 6-7 years. That's good thing. Let's speak a little about the skills, knowledge and competency that you have to grow and improve to be a most valuable person in the industry. First thing is the personality. If we consider any skill or a piece of knowledge, you all can achieve that in a short time, but mostly the real outcome will depend on how you use your knowledge to execute a plan in your job. It's like a total package. That's your personality. The manners like working on time, dressing well, keeping your stuff tidy, the way you answer the phone, the way you reply to emails, the way you talk and treat your colleagues will be key factors of your personality. You will learn all of these eventually, but take note that these are going to help you to become better than others. Then the accuracy. There are people with unbelievable knowledge, but they make mistakes regularly. In a real business environment, there are no space for an error or a mistake. When you grow in experience, you will know how to work without mistakes. But for some people, making mistakes is natural. What happens is, other people will lose faith in that person because of these 1 or 2 mistakes he ever made, but it could be affected them in big time. Mostly people make mistakes when they are not focused and have other distractions. Now you can think about what would be the reasons and the distractions to make errors. Then most importantly, languages and communication. So it's not only English language, but you should have the skill to communicate well so you can convey your message properly. There are some companies and some industries, the language and communication skills will get you better results than your actual skills or technical knowledge. That happens, so you have to be ready for that. So there are dozens of topics to consider, but I will make the list short with one more, let's say. What about passion? People have all the knowledge you need, and you have the minimum distractions, but there are some people who don't perform as intended. They might work at a normal pace than expected. They don't look really excited and don't really thrive to get the work done because they are not passionate about whatever they do. They might not passionate about the current job, or it can be their nature in any job or industry. So I hope this will be enough for you to find a way through the career. We all need to complete this degree program well and be a proud graduate and serve the industry as well as the country. uh, I want few of you to become pioneers of the industry who inspire hundreds of other students to follow you and maybe to become entrepreneurs. At the same time, we want you to become really good people with positive family lives, good thoughts, relationships, social work, and all the good things we can imagine.